Good evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to News in Focus. My name is Faraz Patel. We say Jazakallah to you, the viewer of Hilaal TV, for staying with us here on TSTV channel 347. Yesterday was a day of sorrow but also happiness. This after a ceasefire deal was agreed between Hamas and Israel. This ends the 13-month genocide that has been perpetrated on Gaza, seeing close to 46,000 lives being lost and countless and hundreds of thousands of injuries and destruction never seen before in the 21st century. Well, joining me now via the phone, I'd like to welcome Emad Saber, who is the Hamas International Relations Director for East, Central and Southern Africa. Emad, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah so much for joining us.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I think, we have to start with obviously the good news that occurred yesterday, Emad, that, we were all tuning to our televisions, closer to that time, closer to the evening, just to hear, of course, the news of the ceasefire deal. I mean, how much does this mean for the people of Gaza who have undergone so much over the last 13 months?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, the ceasefire agreement is the result of sacrifice and steadfastness by our Palestinian people and the brave resistance in Gaza over the past 15 months. This major achievement is a victory for our people and a turning point in the fight for the liberation and for return to our land for Palestine. This agreement reflects our responsibility to protect our steadfast people in Gaza and ending this aggression by Zionists and the bloodshed and the massacres they did in Gaza. So the ceasefire it's very important. It brings hope and chance for a new beginning for Gaza after all of destruction, killing, and collapse of basic needs like food, water, and electricity. This ceasefire agreement forces the occupation to allow aid into Gaza, providing immediate relief and paving the way for reconstruction in Gaza through rebuilding the city and providing the huge, providing everything to people in Gaza. It's actually a huge challenge, but the ceasefire offers a chance to restore life and dignity to all people in Gaza.
Emad, we've seen the level of destruction that has occurred in Gaza. It's a city that has seen it being flattened by the continuous bombing from the Israeli occupation forces. So how does Hamas, as the governing body of Gaza, set out to rebuild the city?
Hamas and with other Palestinian factions and with other people, free nations that is ready, we are ready to rebuild Gaza again. This is not only, this is a responsibility for us. And we fully accept this responsibility. And the first priority is sheltering the displaced and providing food, healthcare, essential services. Now, they destroyed all of hospitals, schools, mosques. So we will start from the beginning, and we have this responsibility, and we fully accept this. At the same time, the efforts will focus on restoring infrastructure and seeking international and regional support from the organizations. Actually, especially with this, it's winter now in Gaza, and it's very cold for people. So we have many challenges, but we will start to do that with other factions and other organizations.
Emad, I think if the world hadn't woken up in the last 13 months, then I don't know what the rest of the citizens of our globe have been doing. And the last 13 months has really shown everything that was needed in terms of the questions of humanity, the questions of international law, the questions of the dignity us as humans have. Every day, lives are being lost in Gaza. How much do you think the world has woken up to understanding this genocide and understanding the destruction and the occupation that even now many Palestinians are going through? And I'm not just talking about Gaza, I'm talking about the occupied West Bank, where there still is a lot of oppression happening towards the Palestinian people.
Yeah. Actually, the events since October 7th have brought the Palestinian cause back to the world's attention now. Many now understand that Palestinians will never give up their rights or settle for less than full justice. This had led to a new global movements against the occupation and against the all of this massacres in Palestine for long times, and also demands for justice worldwide. The awareness about Palestinian cause now in the world for the people. We understand that some government they fully support the occupation, but on the people, most people on the world now, they know about Palestinian cause, and they know the full right of Palestinians to return their homeland, and the global public opinion has shifted. Creating pressure that strengthens our fight for freedom, and that it's a lot of things changed from since October 7th.
Emad, I've just got 2 minutes. The West, we have seen nations that have pledged their unwavering support towards Israel, but we've also seen many countries in the West, for example, Spain and even Belgium, certain politicians really calling this out as a genocide. But then we, of course, saw the global South really throw its weight behind Palestine, especially, of course, in South Africa, which you know quite well. The West, how much of a responsibility do they need to shoulder for the genocide that has occurred?
Actually, the West shares responsibility for this genocide, not only for its support for Israel, but also for its silence about all of this genocide against Palestinians. The West must stop the support of Israel and provide urgent help for Gaza people to recovery and rebuilding, and for food, for the basics, actually. It must also end its double standards on human rights and respond to the demands of its own people who call for justice. This is not just about aid, it's a test of morality and humanity. The world must stand with the Palestinian people and their rightful cause.
Emad, shukran so much for joining us here on News in Focus on Hilaal TV. Much appreciated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
That's Emad Saber. He is the Hamas International Relations Director for East Central and Southern Africa. Up next, I'm going to be speaking to Shuruk Assad. She's a member of the General Secretariat of Palestinian Journalism Syndicate. Over 200 journalists were lost just doing their job. How much did the journalists play in bringing us, the world, the truth about what was happening in Gaza? Do stay tuned.